Then you will know that the true unity of Father and Son is within and not without. You will know that you must stand serene when the God without is put away and only the God within remains. You must be able to withhold the cry of love and fear as the words, my God, why have you forsaken me?" ring out. Still, at that hour, you must not feel alone, for you must know that you stand with God, that you are nearer to the heart of the loving Father than you have ever been before. You must know that the hour you touch the deepest sorrow is the hour in which your greatest triumph begins. With all this, you must know that sorrows cannot touch you. From that hour your voice will ring with a glad, free song, for you fully know that you are the Christ, this light which is to shine among men and for men. Then you will know the darkness that is in every soul that cannot find a helping hand to clasp as he journeys on the rugged road before he finds the Christ within. You must know that you are truly divine, and being divine, you must see that all men are as you are. You will know that there are dark places you must pass with the light that you are to carry to the highest, and your soul will ring out in praise that you can be of service to all men. Then, with a glad, free shout, you mount to your very highest in your union with God. Now you know that there is no substitution for your life, of your life for other lives, or of your purity for others' sins, but that all are glad, free spirits, in and of themselves and of God. You know that you can reach them while they cannot reach each other, that you cannot help giving of your life for the life of each soul, that it shall not perish. Yet you must be so reverent of that soul that you will not pour into it a flood of life unless the life of that soul opens to receive it. But you will freely pour out to it a flood of love, life, and light, so that when that one does open the windows, the light of God will pour in and illuminate him. You will know that in every Christ that arises, humanity is lifted one step higher. Then, too, you must know full well that you have everything that the Father has, and having all, it is for all to use. You must know that as you rise and are true, and you lift the whole world with you. For as you tread the path, it becomes plainer for your fellow men. You must have faith in yourself, knowing fully that that faith is God within. Finally, you must know that you are a temple of God, a house not made with hands, immortal in the earth and in heaven as well. Then will they sing of you, all hail, he comes, the King, and lo, he is with you always. You are in God, and he is in you. Jesus arose, saying that he would be obliged to leave us, as he was to be at the home of another brother in the same village that evening. The whole company arose. Jesus blessed all, and with two of the gathering walked from the room. Next chapter. After we were again seated, one of our party turned to Emil and asked if all could acquire the art of healing. He said, "The power to heal can be obtained only as we learn to trace things out from their source. Supremacy over every discord can come only in the degree that we understand that they do not come from God. The divinity that shapes your destinies is not a mighty person molding you as a potter molds his clay, but a mighty divine power within and all around you, and around and in all substance, which is yours to use as you will. If you do not realize this, you cannot have confidence in yourself. The greatest cure for inharmony is the knowledge that it is not from God and that God never did create it. The brain has the quality of receiving and recording the vibrations of any object that the eye conveys to it. The vibrations of the lights and shades and colors are all recorded. It also has the quality of reproducing these vibrations and projecting them out again, this time through the inner vision. Then we again see the picture the eye has conveyed. You are reproducing this in your camera every time you expose a sensitized plate. That plate receives and records the vibrations that the object you object you wish to photograph sends out. After the vibrations are received and recorded on the plate, you must fix the results on the plate. If they are to become permanent so that you can see them, it will be only a short time before you will find that the movements and colors of the objects that you photograph can be recorded and projected by first fixing and then returning or projecting the lights and colors at the same rate of vibration at which they were received and fixed. It is the same with thought and word and act. Each selective set of brain cells takes up and records its corresponding set of vibrations, and when these vibrations are repeated and projected, they can be reproduced just as they took place if the cells are held directly to their duty. There is also another set of selective brain cells that can receive, record, and fix the vibrations of the thoughts, acts, motions, and pictures that other bodies or forms send out. These vibrations can be again reproduced and projected, and you can so arrange these cells that you can reproduce the words and motions of these bodies or objects, and even the thoughts of those that send them out. Through these cells, you can assist others as well as yourself to control their thoughts. It is through these cells that accidents and calamities are brought about, such as wars, earthquakes, floods, fires, and all the trouble that mortal man is heir to. Someone either sees a thing happen or imagines it as happening. The corresponding vibration is fixed in the cells, sent out to be impressed on the corresponding cells of other brains, then again projected back until the thing is so fixed that it happens. All these things can be avoided if the thought that sustains them is immediately withdrawn, and the vibrations are not allowed to be fixed upon those brain cells, so that those particular vibrations cannot be again projected. It is through this set of cells that all calamities are foretold. There is still another set of selective brain cells that receive, record, and fix the vibrations of the thoughts and activities of divine mind, wherein all the true vibrations are created and sent out. This divine mind, or God, pervades every substance and is always sending out divine and true vibrations. And if we hold these cells to their true office, we are able to receive and send out the same true and divine vibrations that we receive from divine mind. We do not have the divine mind, but we have the cells that receive and project the vibrations of the divine mind. There was a pause and deep silence. Then a picture appeared on the wall of the room. It was still at first, but in a moment it became animated, and after the lapse of another moment the scene began to change. Scenes that could represent those enacted in any or all of the more prosperous business centers of the world came flooding in. While they were changing very rapidly, there was sufficient time for us to recognize and name many familiar places, and one in particular, a reproduction of the scenes enacted when we landed in Calcutta in December 1894. This was long before we had ever heard of the cinema or motion picture, yet these pictures depicted and brought out all the movements of the human form and other objects. These pictures continued to pour in at intervals of about 1 minute duration for nearly an hour. While these pictures were passing, Emal said, "These pictures represent the conditions that exist in the world today. You will note the air of general peace and prosperity that prevails over a greater portion of the earth. There is a reasonable amount of contentment. The people seem undisturbed and generally happy.